they know where I've been, but I want to hear their perspective as they were along the way, along the ride with me, and how it looked for them to see me kind of going through what I was going through, and honestly, just now kind of coming out of that place. That's one of the reasons why I'm in front of this camera today, because I knew I had to get out of the place that I was in sooner than later, because I can tell you right now, depression is a scary place to rest in. Very scary place to rest in, because the rest can feel like rest, but it's really not. It's more like an induced coma. And when you're in an induced coma or in a coma period, you're no longer in control. You are at the mercy of whatever it is that has induced the coma. And that's what resting in depression feels like. You feel comfortable, but you shouldn't. So we're going to talk about that this season. I've got a lot to get off my chest, but today I want to talk about what's going on in my general world. In my general world, I've made some decisions, come up with some plans, some things that I did not want to do in order to get to some things that I wanted to get to. So when my youngest son was 5 or 6, whenever we would get in the car, he would ask, wherever we were going, he would ask, are we getting on the freeway? And, at first, like, oh yeah, Blake, yeah, we get on the freeway. But he was always like, I hate the freeway. I don't like the freeway. And I'm like, why? He was 5, 6. He couldn't articulate why. But he kept asking that every time we would go somewhere, he would ask that. And we figured out, at least from his perspective, that he just simply did not like the freeway. Maybe he didn't like the speed of which we were traveling. And my wife and I are both speed racers, admittedly. So we push it when we're on the road. But even if we told him, well, Blake, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. Yay. But why do we have to take the freeway? Like that. I get it. I get it now. So let me take you back. In 2020, when COVID hit, I was already planning to retire from the hair industry. And those of you who are new to this channel and to my podcast, I was a hairstylist for 33 years, hairstylist and salon owner. I worked in that industry for a long time, most of my adult life. And I had been making preparations to transition out of hair and into education. So I went back to school and started working on finishing my degree. I had gone to school off and on since I was 18. When I was 18, I was at UCLA. When I was in my mid-20s, I was at University of Laverne, and even did a little stint at Mount Sac, somewhere in there. And then in my late 40s, yeah, because I'm old. In my late 40s, I went back to school to National to get my bachelor's degree. And let me tell you the plan, because I had a plan. The plan was sell the salon in 2019, retire from hair in the fall of 2020, and then start working somewhere in education. The only thing that worked with that plan was selling the salon in 2019. And that was probably because COVID hadn't hit yet. So my wife and I sold our salon in 2019 to a great young man named Vicente. Rest in peace, Vicente, who passed later on. So Vicente bought the shop that we owned, And we stayed, or at least I stayed, and continued to work with him at now his shop. And it was the last salon I would own. I've owned 7 over the years, over that 3-decade span. But this was the last one.